This should be interesting. Behind this garage door is my beetle. Now, that's been in there about 3 years now. And I'm about to try and get it over this. That's like up to my waist, I'm like 6 foot. It's absolutely disgusting in here. I know that for a fact. There it be. How on earth am I going to get that up here? I'm going to do something with this. 10 years next year I've had this car. And I need to undo everything that I've ever done to this car. Because this is what I've learned everything on. And now I've got a lot to undo. At the minute, it doesn't even have any wheels like that fit the car. Obviously, you get to a certain point where you only get a car that will have one, you know what I mean? One set of wheels will work. Put the standards back on and they don't fit. So it's literally got flat tires and everything. I bought a pump, so I'm going to pump these up, and hopefully I can get it to roll straight out. And hopefully the front end doesn't rip off, because the only point that I can pull on is the bumper iron, and I know it's only welded on, but obviously this is what's around it. Yeah, the whole front end's moving. Hopefully the front end stays on and I can literally drag it up the ramp somehow. I don't know. Got to give myself every single chance that I got. This is going to be a nightmare, I can feel it now. And the first problem is I can't get the ramp underneath the car. I can't really go any further forward as I'll be in the van. Oh my god. Camera again. This is probably a really bad idea, but we'll see if it lasts. I'm going to have to drag it up the overrider and hopefully turn it onto the van. And then the next issue arises where you've got to get it over this kink. I should probably turn it. It's gonna fall off. Along with everything, it seems. Why is this? There you go. It's got an 8-inch narrowed beam, so the truck has to be proper skinny on the front. Oh, I've got half of that 165 on there. Good. This is not good. Come over a little bit. I'd be really upset. I've got to pump the rear wheels up because it's on the floor. Ah. Oh dear, that was not good. The whole thing is on the floor. Man, good job this is my car. Good job it spent its entire life doing this. Oh, you can't see. Everything is dragging along the floor, but we're just going to carry on going. Oh, the jump pack. This is just going to fold over. Easy. Look at that. Probably going to fall off the other side of the trailer now. The front end is getting pure twisted right now, but it's for a good cause. There we go, that's as much turn as we can go. Good. Yeah, if you don't like your car, I can pick it up for you. Easy, mate, no problem at all. So at this point, we're just going to lose steering. It's just going to drag one way. Off the truck, it seems. There we go. Nicely done. I never thought it'd be that easy. Well, let's take it to the workshop. Just had a man flash me. He's like, "Your bumper's falling off, mate." I was like, "Oh, cheers." Whoops. The headlight is literally falling off. The wires are going to hold it in, but yeah, this car is falling apart. It needs some serious love. Oh yeah, very good. Put that in there, the bumper. Everything else is on here still. It's growing. First daily, current daily, customer car, and then the new daily. This is the sort of stuff I have to do on the daily. Making cars like this work. This is Simon's Del Sol. We're setting up the fitment, the arches, the top of the arches. Just getting the car to sit right before I redo the rear quarters. Some funky Getwork seat in there. And steering wheel, having to cover it up so I don't get grubby hands all over it. But this is where the Beetle is going to live, in this corner underneath the mezzanine. This is its new home. Matching camber, that's the go-to. You have to do that, otherwise it's going to look silly. Happy with that. So now this is the thing that I haven't thought about. How on earth am I going to get this off the truck? Fuck's sake, pop up that tyre for starters. See this is less than ideal. Pushed the ramp out and now it's fell off. I'm not even mad, it's had worse. Now I really don't know what to do. Oh, fucking hell. Oh. And that's how you get it off the truck. Obviously I don't usually do it that badly, but this was a nice little treat for me. I couldn't have gone any worse actually, but we're off. Man, this car is rough. I bought this car, well, my mum bought me this shell when I was 16, and everything I've ever learned has been on this car. Now, if you're wondering what it is, or people that probably never seen it before and go, what on earth is that pile of shit? It's my pile of shit. I'll never get rid of it. I'd rather chop it up before I actually get rid of it. But this is the car I did a lot to this car. Growing up, I broke it a lot of times. I smashed it off the floor continuously for about 2 years when it went really low. Now the car is a 1974 1303 Beetle. I got it as a shell. Didn't even come with like anything. Door handles, indicator stalk, interior, engine, drive shafts, everything was gone. And if you know a 1303, they come with IRS rear suspension and McPherson strut front suspension. Now, young me thought that was awful, and I just wanted the car to be on the floor. And I started off by changing the rear to a swing axle. I did that, I short axled it, so that's like pre-65, I think. It's all short axle. Changed it to wide 5, it was 4x130. So yeah, that was the first thing I did. I had 8J on the rear, banded steels, loads of camber, because the Irish never gave you the camber and never looked so good. So that was the first thing to go. Spent a couple years just snapping dry shafts and honestly just ruining the whole car continuously. And then a couple years later, after it spent most of its time off the road because it was just constantly breaking. The car was literally just battered. It is so rough now, but I like it when it looks like this. You know, there's a lot. I tell you what, this is cat sick, and it's been on there for about 4 years now. Yeah, and after that, I thought, fuck it, let's take it all to bits. The front end, cut the whole front subframe off from my friend Andy. Wide 5, link pin beam, 8-inch narrow beam. It's a shockless style beam, but I put shocks in there. Built the whole beam myself, all Delrin bushes inside. And it worked. The car was good. I had 8J all round, banded steels, wide 5 all round, proper backwards engineered this car. IRS suspension and disc brakes, and I've got drum brakes and torsion bar front and rear. So yeah, that was all just to get it to sit on the ground. No. That then soon took its toll quite quickly, but there's a lot of bits on here that I've done to the car when I was younger, and I just need to undo it. There's so much that I've learnt and bodged and continued to bodge on bodges throughout it just to keep it on the road. And then I think the last time it was on the road, that 4 or 5 years ago, and I thought, oh, enough's enough. That's it. I'm gonna just put it in storage. And the only OGs will know what that means. Before I got like so distracted from air-cooled Volkswagens, I like proper nerded out on loads of random bits, and I realised that air-cooled cars don't really work, so I just put this to the side. But I used to spend ages just trying to find tiny little things that I could buy for it and stuff, like these lights. These are like Italian spec indicators, if you know, you know, but just have this little window here, so none of the rest of them, only Italians have that. These come out of a car from Texas in the desert, and I remember stealing those from the place that I used to work, robbed them. It's like mint in there, but it's so faded and cracked. I actually put those on there. What else? What else was there? All red rear lights, scored those on eBay. The rear louver, love them. It's got a bay window box with Dave Foltz trans shafts. Now that's the last thing I did to the car. I started putting the box in, and basically you raise it through the boot floor, and the shifter has to be raised up. You have to tub the boot floor, but basically it turns a IRS gearbox into a swing axle style. Swing axle to IRS. Basically it's for like drag races and sand rails. They're like rated for like 400 horsepower, so I put those in after trying to get them for years. Literally pestered the guy to sell it to me, but I couldn't afford to buy a brand new, and I managed to score this, and I've never driven it. The only reason I bought them because I kept breaking dry shafts all the time because there was so much camber on it, and you'd have to be so delicate while driving it, otherwise it would just eat itself to bits. But yeah, that's, whoa, the car runs, drives. When I can select gears, it will drive. I've like refreshed the engine last time I used it. So basically the plan is get some wheels for the car. I think get some wheels from the car, figure out what I want to do to it, because I've grown older now and I don't want to drag it around the floor all the time. Even though it was cool, this car was, if you didn't know, this car was absolutely on the floor. It was stupid. I look back now and I think I could never drive this car like this ever again. So I'm in an iron whether to put it on air or like hydraulics, or just have it a little bit higher than before, because I have that weird feeling when once you have the car at a certain height, you'll never look at it the same. Even if it's 10 mil higher, I look at it and go, I hate it, it looks awful. I don't know what to do. Love this car, but oh yeah, this is good. See if this still works. Spent like 2 weeks like fully rebuilding this car with my friend Andy, and the window didn't work. And I remember it was like the day before Volkswagen. I was driving there, haven't driven the car, was like mad rushed, and the window didn't work. And then me and Andy basically did this. There's some spanners welded inside here, but the window regulator didn't work. So that is the new regulator, and you just hook that on there, and that is perfect. Love that. Yeah, it's proper minging in here, but everything is red. Even the headliner is red. Red carpets, red door cards, red steering wheel. Spent ages trying to find these seats and door cards. They're like out of a 66 Beetle. I remember paying like £30 for them. Got red seat belts in the back there somewhere. The best seats in the world. Look at those thrones, amazing. Yeah, the car is in serious big kink. Oh, I don't know if I can actually put that on there. Kinky mate there, rest in peace. Don't know. Plan, get some wheels, just undo a bunch of bodges that I've done, finish the car to a sort of spec where I can actually drive it again, because otherwise it's just going to look like this forever. I need to do something with it. This is its new resting place, I guess. Now it's at the workshop, I can actually do some stuff to it. In the garage, there's no point doing anything in the garage, like a single council garage, there's no point. New workshop, I can get the car right up in the air, hang it from the ceiling maybe, don't know. Do all the fixing of the underneath, because the underneath is absolutely battered. I'm a lot further on in life, I know how to do stuff properly now. Well, I knew how to do stuff properly in the first place, but it was like, get the car on the road, drive it, keep it on the road, bodge after bodge after bodge, and it's your own car, you can do that. But now it's come back to bite me in the ass. But it lives here now, so yeah. 10 years next year, let's go.